Hello guys, this is Hamid from Sketchup for Beginners. Hope you must be watching my videos. Today we will be creating this modern kind of a dining table with a metallic support or understructure. Okay, so before starting, we will try to understand the geometry of this thing, this table. So we can see there are basically uh, three parts. One is base, one is top, and the center one is the support between the top and the base. So firstly we will try to create the easiest parts. Those are the base and the top. Okay, and then later on we will start with the support in between them. Okay, so to start creating the base, we will press C on the keyboard, which will activate our circle tool. So once you activated the circle tool, you will notice that at the bottom right corner of your window, it is indicating the sides 24. Okay, so this means the circle has 24 segments or sides, and these sides decide the smoothness of the circle. So the more the sides will be, the smoother the circle will be. But I recommend not to go beyond 50. So for now we will type 50 and we'll press enter. Okay. So now we'll pick the center point of the circle, and we will give the radius, say 300, and enter. So after inserting the radius, we have got the circle of 600 mm diameter. Okay, so now we will activate the selection tool by pressing the space bar. Then we will double click the circle created, and then right click and we will convert it to a group so that it will not spoil our geometry later. Okay, so now once this is done, so what we will going to do, we will create another circle. Again we will keep the segments to 50 only. Then we will pick the center point. Now this time as we have seen that our top is greater or bigger than the base, so that means if this is 500, then we will consider this as a 1 meter or 900. So for that we will insert this time the radius 500 and then press enter. Now you can see it is taking a time to generate the circle. This is because we have increased the number of sides of the circle from 24 to 50. So that is the reason I was telling not to increase the sides by more than 50. So again we will double click this, we will right click it, and we will make it as a group. And we will move this by pressing the M key on the keyboard and then picking this origin point. And now we have to move this top to the on the blue axis. So we will press the up arrow key to lock our axis. Once the axis is locked, we will insert the distance for the top, that is 750. So now our base and the top have been created. Okay. So now what we have to do is we will have to give the thickness to the top and the base. Okay, so we will right click and go to the edit group. Then again we will right click on the surface and we will reverse the face. Now we will activate the push pull tool by pressing the P key on the keyboard. Okay, once the tool is activated, you will click and drag and then release the mouse and type say 25 mm. So it will generate the thickness for that circle. Okay, then we will click outside to come out of the group. Same way we will do with the top. We will right click or double click to edit the circle, right click, and then we will reverse the face. Then now if you want the same size to be added to the top, that is 25 mm, so we will simply double click to repeat our last input. Okay, So once you will double click it, so the top will again get the height of thickness of 25 mm. Okay, so if you will notice that while giving the push pull, our object was creating very slowly, means okay. So that is again because of the segments or sides we had inserted while drawing the circle. Okay, so always try not to increase those sides beyond 50. Okay, now we have to create the understructure part. So for that, what we will do is we will going to draw a line. Say no, what we will do is we will again create a circle, okay, from the center of this, okay, and this time we will give the radius of 250. So now we will be getting the circle with an offset of around 50 mm. Okay, and now we will create a line, straight line over here. We will delete this, so we got the line of, now check the length of this. We will simply right click and to entity info, so we will get the length of this line. Okay, this is 500 mm. Now what we will do is we will simply select the line and then activate this extrude lines by vector from JHS PowerBar. Once the tool is activated, we will pick the end point, and again we will see that the blue axis is displayed if you hover the mouse upwards. So we will simply hover it and we will just click it here. So our plane has been created with this. Now what we will do is we will again double click this, right click it and make it as a group. So once this group is made, we will again double click and edit it, and then we'll push pull it by any random thickness, doesn't matter. Okay, so once we have created this base, now we will select this. For the time being, we will right click and hide the top. Okay, so now once this vertical has been created, we will select this and we will run the twist tool from the FredoScale, which is this one. So once we will click this, our tool is activated. Now if you will hover the cursor on this grip, it will display the orange dots or lines. So those are the basically number of segments in which the object is divided. So we can increase or decrease that by pressing the tab key on the keyboard once the tool is active. So once we will press the tab key, like by clicking on that and pressing the tab key, so this is 12. So what we will do, we will make it 25, or we can say let's make it 25 for now, and we will not touch any of this parameters, and we will simply click yes. Okay, and then we will pick the second point and then we will twist, bring it here, and then we will manually put the rotation at the bottom right corner 175. So now once you have done that, you can see our geometry is being created. The twisted plane is being, or the panel is being created. Now we don't want this kind of a geometry. So what we will do is we will double click to edit it, and then okay, so we will select again, double click and select this part. Okay, and then we will go to edit and copy. Then we will come out of the group now we don't want this group, so we will either hide or erase, whatever. So let's hide this group for now, and then again we will go to edit and select paste in place. So now we got this geometry, okay, this plane, and that is what we were looking for. Now we will select this surface, and then we will run this smooth edges to quadrants from JHS PowerBar, because we need the horizontal lines of this surface. So we'll click it. So we got the horizontal lines of this surface. Now in here we will delete this face, okay. So after that, what we will going to do is we will going to remove these edges, okay, even these edges, okay, because we only need this lines to create that base. So what we will do is we will going to select the entire thing, and then we will press and hold the shift key, and then again select these things. Here again shift and this and this, okay, and then we will delete this. So now we got the skeleton of that understructure. Now here again what we have to do is we'll have to check the distance in between these two lines, okay, which is very important to create our base, okay. So we will activate the tape measure tool by pressing the T key on the keyboard. Then we will pick one point, end point of this line. Then we will press and hold shift key. So you can see this blue arrow is become bolder, okay. That is because we have pressed the shift key. It is locking the axis, okay. So once the axis is locked, we will hover the cursor to this. So now we can see the distance between the two lines on the blue axis is 29 mm, okay. So we got that distance. Now here what we will have to do is we will have to create the square pipe or a bar, okay, which is this bar, okay. So now what we will do for that, we will select that edge and we will run this extrude along path from JHS PowerBar by clicking that. One window is appeared or popped up, okay, after pressing that icon. So this is the alignment. It's very important. So there are various types. So here in our case we will be needing the centroid part, okay. Centroid means it will create the geometry and equally split the measurements. Like width, if we will give the width, we need the width of 50 mm and the height is what we got here, which was 25, okay. So we will press OK. So now you can see this. We will simply press yes, okay. Okay, we will again recheck this. 29, sorry, my mistake. So we need to activate this thing, okay, and we will make it 29, and then we'll press OK. Yes, okay. So our first base is been created. Now the same process we will repeat, but before repeating we will go in the front view and we will come to the parallel projection, okay, and then we will simply select OK, yes, select OK, yes, okay. So we will repeat this process till we get the end result, okay. So I'll be fast forwarding this step. So now we will again activate our perspective, and then we will see we got the base. Okay, now to delete those guides, we'll go to edit and we will select delete guides. Now we will go again to the edit menu and unhide all. So this is how we got our table top, means this table basically. So here at this top again we can scale this to say 0.5. Okay, and we will move this just exactly this. Okay, so we will move this entire geometry except this. Okay, we will turn on the X-ray mode. Okay, and then we'll move this like this. So this is how we got our table, which is this one. See? So hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and please like, share and subscribe, so that you will come to know, once you will subscribe, you will come to know that my new tutorial has been uploaded. Okay, thank you.